Where am I?
Of the Isabella County Board of Commissioners to order. Join me in the pledge, please.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Start the roll call, please.
Embry. Commissioner Jazinski,
Present.
Engler,
Here.
Commissioner Marino,
Here.
Commissioner Swaney,
Present.
Commissioner Hope. All present, Mr. Chairman, except for Commissioner Hutchinson.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Up next is approval of the agenda. We'll start with general public comments. We have no presentations or special reports. Under appointments to boards and commissions, we have one appointment to the Great Lakes Bay Michigan Works Workforce Development Board. And then the consent agenda and committee reports, Finance and Administration Committee.
Finance Administration Committee is all set, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee.
The Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee is all set, Mr. Chairman.
Human Resources and Public Works Committee.
Human Resources and Public Works Committee is all set, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. We have no intergovernmental affairs, no administrator controller issues, no unfinished business, no new business. We'll have general public comment again towards the end of the meeting and then announcements and adjournment. So with that, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Support.
Been moved and supported. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Very good. And that brings us to general public comments. Is there anyone for general public comment? Okay, seeing no one for general public comment, we'll jump right down to item 6, appointments to boards and commissions. And Commissioner Embry, would you present that for us, please?
Make a motion to move to appoint Eric Rodriguez to the Great Lakes Bay Michigan Workforce Development Board for a 2-year term ending June 30th, 2026, or until a successor is appointed.
Support.
Been moved and supported to appoint Eric Rodriguez to the Great Lakes Bay Michigan Workforce Development Board for a 2-year term ending June 30th, 2026. Discussion.
I know Eric comes highly recommended by a lot of people here in the community. I know for myself, as I mentioned earlier, 1.5 years with working with him, I couldn't think of a better person to have on this board. He is very active, has a very high level of commitment and dedication. His knowledge about what Great Lakes Bay Michigan Works is all about is extensive, and he is highly respected at the consortium board as well as the development board. So I highly recommend approving his appointment.
I had said that better myself. Any further discussion on that? Very good. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All right. Consent agenda, Commissioner Embry, would you
Yes.
present that as well, please?
Certainly. Motion reads, move to approve and place on file the May 21st, 2024 work session meeting minutes, the May 21st, 2024 regular meeting minutes, the May 28th, 2024 Finance and Administration Committee meeting minutes, the May 28th, 2024 Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee meeting minutes, the May 28th, 2024 Human Resource and Public Works Committee meeting minutes.
Support.
Been moved and supported to approve and place on file the consent agenda. Any further discussion? None. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Very good. Brings us to committee reports, Finance and Administration Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our first item is the May 17th, 2024 invoice list, the May 24th, 2024 invoice list, and the May 30th, 2024 adjustment list. Motion reads, Move to ratify and place on file the May 17, 2024 invoice list in the amount of $593,288.47. The May 24th, 2024 invoice list in the amount of $456,817.32. And the adjustment list dated May 30th, 2024.
Support.
Been moved and supported to ratify and place on file the May 17th, 2024 invoice list, the May 24th, 2024 invoice list, bless you, Commissioner Marino,
Thanks.
and the May 30th, 2024 adjustment list. Discussion.
So there's been a number of opportunities to take a look at these pending bills and have our questions answered right up until the work session this afternoon. Most of the bills are very familiar to us as we pay them periodically. There's quite a few drain on the May 17th. There's quite a few drain related work bills. Other than that, I don't think there were very many questions dealing with that list. You have any now? Final time.
Hearing no,
We'll move on to the next list then.
oh, sorry.
The May 24th list. Same narrative. The bills that are presented are very familiar. The only one that had a question related to it, which I think Madam Administrator will probably get an answer for the presenter, was the Union Township payment in lieu of taxes to the Gratiot Isabella Intermediate Schools. The question was, we're all familiar with state forest lands paying, the state pays in lieu of taxes. I think the federal government pays in lieu of taxes for forestry or natural resource lands to local units of government, but not knowledgeable why a township would be paying another entity for in lieu of taxes. So any
There'll
other
be a base agreement we'll be able to find for you. There'll be some agreement.
any other questions on the May 24th list? Moving on then to the adjustment list. Very few adjustments. They're all related to early payments. Early payments to avoid a late fee or early payments to obtain a discount. And there's nothing else with any other type of status. Questions on the adjustment list?
Good. Hearing no further discussion. Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Vogler,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
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 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Second item for the Finance and Administration Committee is the prime contract change order number 20. Motion reads, move to approve the prime contract change order number 20 with Clark Construction in the net additional amount of $7,668 and authorize the board chairperson to sign the same.
Support.
Been moved and supported to approve prime contract change order number 20. Discussion.
We had the senior project manager Heidi Heights Kindle join us for our work session. And, the change orders for $7,668, but I'd like to focus on the fact that the sheriff's office and correctional facility is over 70% complete. We are looking forward to finishing this project on time and within budget. We currently have $153,104 remaining in our buyout. We have $934,878 still remaining in our buyout and contingency lines. So that's all I have for that.
That's good. And I'll just point out that buyout line was created through design changes in the building early on. Any more discussion on that? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Embry,
Yes.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Vogler,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Next item of business is State Tax Commission Form L 4029. Motion reads, Move to approve the State Tax Commission Form L 4029 twenty twenty-four tax rate request form, setting the 2024 Isabella County separate tax limitation operating rate at 6.61 mils and authorize the board chairperson and county clerk to sign the same.
Support.
Been moved and supported to approve State Tax Commission Form L 4029. Discussion.
So at our work session, our equalization director, Pete Preston, was present and indicated that this is a routine form that we need to submit every year, so we can go ahead and levy the summer tax rate. And it's based on a 6.61. And this one sign will be submitted to the state.
Good. Any further discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Marino, Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Yes.
Jazinski,
Yes.
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 6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
And the final item for Finance and Administration is the 2024 State Tax Commission Form L 4046 Taxable Valuation Report. Motion reads, move to accept and place on file the 2024 State Tax Commission Form L 4046 Taxable Valuation Report.
Support.
Been moved and supported to accept and place on file the 2024 State Tax Commission Form L 4046 Taxable Valuation Report. Discussion.
Again, we had Director of Equalization, Pete Preston, here with us. This is a form that we fill out that's required by the state, and we did that every, I believe, at this time. So another routine, regular operating procedure.
Form is a compilation of data from all the equalization entities in the county and establishes the value for real property and personal property throughout the county.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Commissioner Embree, Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Marino,
Yes.
Commissioner Hope.
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Chairman, that completes the work of the Finance and Administration Committee for tonight.
Thank you, Commissioners. That brings us to Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee.
Chairman, we have two items. First up is the milestone 4 payment. The motion reads, move to approve the payment of the milestone 4 in the amount of $439,746.80 for the radio tower project.
Support.
Been moved and supported to approve the milestone 4 payment for the radio tower project. Discussion.
Yes, this is a payment for a $4.8 million grant. We will send that money in and then we'll be reimbursed immediately back on that through that. So we'll have to write a check and we'll get it returned back. Currently, we're in phase 1 of the project, which is building of the towers. We will not go into phase 2, which is handheld devices and radios until all the testing is complete. So.
I'm just going to say, I'll be so pleased when this project is done. It's been an issue for so many years with the disruptions in communication between emergency providers and central dispatch. This will solve the problems out in the West County, South County, and also for the inability to transmit through buildings in the greater Mount Pleasant area.
Good. Any
I know. No, just and they were starting construction, they hit a line in there and they had to replace it. It was $297. I'm sitting there. Whenever I do something, it's always a lot more than that. It's nothing ever happened. You can't even get a backhaul for, half of that. So I was kind of surprised that it was who fixes it for that. So anyways. Small little, we can do a small little hiccups.
Further discussion on that item? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Jazinski,
Yes.
Engler,
Yes.
Moreno,
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
All right, second and last item, Deputy County Clerk part-time status. Motion reads, move to approve the recommendation to place the full-time Deputy County Clerk grade 7 at a part-time status effective immediately.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to approve the Deputy County Clerk part-time status. Discussion.
Isabella County Clerk's Office has been down 2 full-time positions. So they're hiring 1 position, and as we are looking at budget cuts, they're looking to make the second position a part-time position and fund that position through the CPL fund. So it wouldn't come out of the general fund, so that they would be able to save the county of 1 full-time position, in which with the health benefits and everything would help the county tremendously, and it doesn't remove anyone from the employee roles.
I appreciate the clerk's efforts in that regard.
Ma'am.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Commissioner Moreno,
Yes.
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 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
And that concludes the business of the Criminal Justice and County Affairs Committee.
Thank you, Commissioners. And that brings us to Human Resources and Public Works Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our first and only item is change order number 3 with JBS Contracting Incorporated. Motion reads, move to approve the change order number 3 with JBS Contracting Incorporated in the amount of $880 for the Commission on Aging Pavilion Project and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
Support.
Supported to approve change order number 3 with JBS Contracting Incorporated. Discussion.
Okay, Jennifer Crawford, Director of Commission on Aging, was here at our earlier meeting. She talked about the need for a curb to protect the installation that we just did, hooking up to the sewer and so forth. And we all agreed it would be a very good preventive measure and forestall any more outlays and finances. Any questions or comments?
Hearing no further questions or comments, Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Commissioner Moreno,
Yes.
Commissioner Swaney,
Yes.
Yes.
Linsky,
Yes.
Commissioner Engler,
Yes.
Yes.
6 ayes, 0 nays. Motion passed, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
That completes the work of the Human Resources and Public Works Committee, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. We have no intergovernmental affairs, no administrator controller issues, no unfinished business, no new business. Brings us down to general public comment. Is there anyone for general public comment? Yes.
I just want to remind everybody, oh, I'm so sorry, but of the honoring, healing and remembering event that will take place this Thursday, June 6th. It's going to be the 90th anniversary of the closing of the Mount Pleasant Indian Industrial Boarding School. And the tribe will recognize the suffering, strength, and resilience of the children through a day of memoriam and fellowship. And I believe they're meeting out at the cemetery by the school. I think 7 o'clock Thursday morning.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
To add to that, there'll be food there, but if you're gonna go park at the corner of Pickard and not Crawford, but
Amber.
Amber.
Yeah.
So it's right across from Coin Oil. There's a parking lot there. They're running a shuttle for people.
Oh. Sure. If you could sign in.
Thank you, commissioners. Appreciate all you guys do and for allowing us to come here and talk. I didn't actually come planning to say anything. There as you guys to consider. We took over management of a fairly large residential community on the east side of Mount Pleasant several years back. And it was overrun by cats, lots of complaints. It was probably the number one complaint that we had. Quiet. And so I was very much looking forward to the animal control helping us solve that problem. And so we called them up. At the time, we didn't know Hats versus Isabella County, you know, any of that kind of stuff. And, you know, finally figured that all out. And Hats came out. We had several trapped and we're like, you know, here we go. We'd like to have you take them out of here. Some of them were very sick. Some of them didn't make it more than a couple of days. And some were just pets that people just weren't responsible with. And Hats explained that they didn't have any room for cats and couldn't take any cats. And so I was like, well, what are we supposed to do with them? Because we can't kill them and don't want to kill them. We got to do something. So they explained the TNR, the trap neuter release program. So I was like, oh, it's a little skeptical that I'm just going to trap them and neuter them and then re-release them in there. And they're going to be the same problem that they were. But they kind of talked through that problem. I said, great, we got 6 of them now. Can we get them spayed neutered? They said, well, we're about 45 to 60 days out scheduling for spay neuter. I said, well, what am I supposed to do with these cats in the meantime? And they said, well, just let them go. And then when your appointment comes up, try to catch them the night before. And very quickly, we kind of came to the conclusion that that wasn't going to work. And so we basically captured them and kind of rehomed them ourselves, and then still worked with Hats to kind of schedule those appointments 30 or 60 days out, but then we could, you know, kind of catch them. And so we did that. We spent a couple $1,000s, I think, spay and neutering them with Hats over the course of several months. It was low cost at one time. I think it was 25 and 40 or something, and then it moved to 50 and 70. And I think the website now it's $80 an animal to spay neuter them. So it's fairly expensive. But at any rate, we don't use them anymore. We basically do all that on our own. We capture them, we take them, we rehome them into an area where we kind of feed them and control them. We've also recently acquired a property now on the west side of Mount Pleasant, which is quite overrun by cats just going into the house, and 4 of them followed into the house that we just acquired. And so we're going to try to help take care of that too. But perspective there, I don't have an opinion necessarily what the county does. I don't know if we can solve the cat problem or not, but as a resident of the county, Deerfield Township, so you can blame Mr. Engler if you're not happy with my talk here. But the Hats is not providing value to us. Now, Officer Marble on the dog side has, in fact, I don't remember the officer, but at least 1 or 2 we've called. So thank you, Sheriff, have come out for some dangerous dogs and either got them for us or waited until somebody came that would take care of them. So those things, we have had stuff there, but from a Hats perspective, there's not been a lot of value to it. So my ask to you guys, again, you guys have a remarkably hard problem to try to solve, but if you can, as you're thinking about the Hats and the animal shelter, think about what the value is that it's providing the county. So I know they're doing good things there, but if they're doing good things for 2% of the problem, then it may not actually be solving the problem. I know a lot of our folks that if we don't take them and spay neuter them, they can't afford to spay neuter them, so they just let them go, you know, tenants and things, and that just makes the problem worse and worse and worse. So not a lot of value from our perspective with the Hats program that we've seen there. So thank you again, appreciate it, and appreciate what you guys do.
Thank you.
What else for general public comment? Okay, seeing no one else. Announcements, commissioners, any announcements? Commissioner Engler.
Yes, just would like to repeat again, this Saturday, we're having hazardous waste and electronic waste collection at the Isabella County Fairgrounds from 8 to noon. So
Now your sheds and garages and at the fairground Saturday morning.
early. Once they're full, they're full.
Oh, that's right, then, that's right.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Okay, hearing none. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Support.
Supported. All those in favor say aye.
Hi.
Adjourned at 7:24. I know, right?